Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
And KELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors, ready for all seasons. The Kawasaki Ridge XR Crew Limited HVAC side-by-side keeps you cool in the summer, dry in the rain, warm in the winter. Conquer any trail, creek, or blizzard while staying comfortable the whole way. Check one out today at Sahara Motors. You'll probably need one for the weekend we have coming up. A wind advisory this afternoon and evening, gusts as high as 45 miles an hour. Otherwise, mostly fair skies, a high 75 degrees. White Pine County Commission in another 5-hour marathon meeting once again declined to revisit its controversial policy that freezes agendas once they're posted, preventing additional items from being added or altered later. Despite warnings from District Attorney Melissa Brown and County Clerk Nicole Steppe that the rule may be unenforceable, and possibly illegal, 4 of 5 commissioners voted to table the issue. Critics say the policy unfairly burdens volunteer boards, which must follow the same strict rules without pay, while commissioners earn $33,000 a year. The board says it will seek further clarification at a future meeting. Commissioners also approved a major land exchange with the city of Ely, trading nearly 55 acres of county land for about 105 acres of city property. The move clears the way for $133 million affordable housing grant under AB 540, aimed at easing the county's housing shortage. The deal also transfers water rights tied to the property, allowing both the city and county to share future use from a new irrigation well to serve the golf course and the Georgetown Ranch area. The project is expected to cost about $1.5 million, with staff directed to explore rehabilitating an older well before drilling a new one. Commissioners also approved $3,000 to split and appraise county land near Lily Fields for future housing and agreed to advertise the sale of property at 27 Connors Court. In other business, the county secured more than $50,000 in grant funding for the Eastern Nevada Narcotics Task Force, renewed a critical labor shortage designation for the Sheriff's Patrol Division, and discussed public health staffing, federal land issues, and community cleanup efforts in McGill. And complaining that canceling meetings resulted in long agendas at subsequent meetings, the Commission opted to hold a meeting on November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving. Still, it did cancel the regularly scheduled meeting on December 24th, Christmas Eve. Governor Lombardo renewing his push for tougher DUI penalties following the death of 12-year-old Christopher Suarez in Las Vegas. Police say the 27-year-old Orion Brooks was high on THC when he struck the boy with his SUV on October 3rd, then drove off. Lombardo called the tragedy heartbreaking, saying it highlights the desperate need for greater DUI penalties. His proposal to allow prosecutors to charge DUI drivers who kill with second-degree murder failed during the last legislative session, but Lombardo says a special session later this year will aim to revive his public safety bill. It's also been suggested the public safety bill and a bill to give tax breaks to a movie studio in Greater Las Vegas are the bills to be considered in a special session that the governor announced on Monday he would end up calling. No definitive answer yet from the governor's office. A deadly shooting in West Wendover under investigation. Authorities say a fight at West Wendover High on October 3rd, Friday, led to a second altercation on Sage Street where 2 males exchanged gunfire. A male juvenile killed, another male injured, both surviving individuals taken to a Utah hospital. Elko County Sheriff's Office said the incident was isolated, no ongoing threat to the public. A 64-year-old Idaho woman killed in a crash north of Elko Sunday evening. Nevada State Police say it happened about 6:30 in the evening on State Road 225, about 85 miles north of Elko. Investigators say a red Chevy Captiva driven by Sherry Fisher of Jerome, Idaho, failed to make a left-hand curve, went off the road, and up an embankment and overturned. Fisher was not wearing a seatbelt, pronounced dead at the scene. Nevada Department of Wildlife has canceled this weekend's Save Comins Lake Pike-Out due to weather concerns. The event's scheduled for Saturday, but officials say safety the top priority. Forecasts show temperatures dropping more than 20 degrees, with strong winds and unsettled weather expected around Ely, creating dangerous and poor fishing conditions. Endow said the Pike-Out helps remove invasive northern pike and educates anglers about their impact on local fisheries. Agency planning to bring the event back in 2026. A Review Journal investigation says Attorney General Aaron Ford was out of Nevada for about 137 days in 2024, more than 1 month in every 3. Ford's travel included international destinations such as France, Mexico, Singapore, and Taiwan, along with domestic stops at Martha's Vineyard, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. His campaign said 98 of those days were work-related, tied to his roles in national attorney general forums, while about 23 days were for campaign purposes. 16 were personal trips. Critics argue that the extensive travel raises questions about how engaged he was in state business. Ford's office said the travel paid by campaigns or sponsoring organizations, not the state budget, and that raises questions about any quid pro quo from those campaigns or sponsoring organizations. At 8:17 for Sahara Motors, that's your news from the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.